Hi, my name is Terry Van Vallis, and I will be presenting my instructional design on running a half marathon. The idea behind my design was to provide the learner value, level of control over the learning process, recognition of their knowledge, perspective, and fears, a place to obtain and provide feedback, connection with their peers in the outside world, and a real-life experience that could be applied to other situations. I will address why I chose a particular strategy, how my designs achieve the desired results, and what kind of learning occurs. Why? My design includes different ways to obtain knowledge and skills, supports the learning cycle, and is supported by two theories as my topic lends itself well to these concepts. Learners learn best when the environment provides several ways to obtain knowledge and skills. My design supports these modes of learning from writing reflections, listening and watching videos, experiencing real-life situations, and interacting with peers and other individuals. Learners need time to reflect, form ideas, test those thoughts, and pass them through the outside world or their own filter. Learning to run a half marathon requires this cycle, and my design provides learning events to support this process. What is your level of knowledge when it comes to running a half marathon? I am sure you have ideas, biases, and fears. My guess is your peers will also have different levels of knowledge when it comes to running a half marathon, as well as different ideas, biases, and fears. I am also certain they will interpret information differently than you. Because of this, learners are afforded, within my instructional design, the freedom to select their own training program that supports their understandings and goals and has value and personal meaning to them. When you're looking to broaden your knowledge, understanding, perspective, or find a new idea, or spark an idea, where do you go? I go to my peers, experts in the field, websites, books, or other resources. I don't have a conversation with myself, as my knowledge might be limited and obsoleted. Therefore, my instructional design asks learners to develop a running network so they can access and share information, feedback, ideas, and perspectives when needed. They can also look for new skills, enhance their existing skills as well through this network. How is my instructional design supporting the learning process? I include a few tools and activities to support this process. These two emerging technologies assist with data collection and analysis. These tools are important to determine performance results against a learner's goal and to troubleshoot issues. Reviewing data and comparing to goal and previous week's training performance and food intake, learners can inquire and troubleshoot problems, adjust and seek out feedback by uploading data to their network. Using these outlets connects the learner to the outside world, which are just branches off the learning network. This is another avenue for students to gain support, knowledge, different views, ideas, and feedback, and still continue to be connected. My performance tasks incorporate the 6 facets of understanding: explanation, interpretation, application, perspective, empathy, and self-knowledge. I will not cover all of these in this presentation. However, my activities are designed for students to use their knowledge, skills, and understanding independently when a situation arises. For instance, the essential question, what runner type am I or want to be, requires several tasks for the learner to determine this answer. The tasks of volunteering at a local running event, the interviewing of a runner, provides learners the opportunity to make meaning, value, and understanding of the information they have collected, observed, experienced to answer the essential question. Once the question can be answered, the learner has acquired understanding to use, select, and implement a training program that aligns to their type. What? I will provide examples of the kinds of learning and evidence that supports learning has occurred in my instructional design. I do use all 3 types in my design: acquisition, meaning, transfer. Examples for these learning events are gaining knowledge. Learners are asked to interview a runner and volunteer at a local racing event. Making sense. Learners are asked to define the type of runner the learner is or wants to be. Applying, using. Learners are asked to research, identify, explain, and select a training program. So what evidence for those previous examples I shared demonstrate learning has occurred? Learners gain knowledge from their interview and volunteer experience that they felt was meaningful and valuable to them. This knowledge can then be applied broadly, but in this case used to define the type of runner they are or want to be. If the student demonstrates their ability to define their type, they can apply this independently in selecting a training program which supports their type. This would provide evidence that learning has occurred. In conclusion, my instructional design is about preparing and completing a half marathon. However, I feel the experience and knowledge learners obtain during this process can be applied to a variety of life situations. I'd like to leave you with a quote I feel captures my instructional design goal. I run because it's so symbolic of life. You have to drive yourself to overcome the obstacles. You might feel that you can't, but then you find your inner strength and realize you're capable of so much more than you thought. Thank you.